Hey guys, it's GameFace here and welcome back to everything you need to know about FIFA 17 in around about 5 minutes. Before we get into things, if we could go hit 25 likes on this video, that'd be really appreciated. Also, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button if you are new around here. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be telling you some new things that are coming to FIFA 17. Some of which you will know, but a lot of which you might not actually know, and there are some new information and some hidden information that not everybody has kind of found out from the trailers that have been released so far. So let's get on with things. Those of you that have seen the trailers will already know that they have got a new game engine, or they're using a new game engine, Frostbite, which is used with Battlefield. It's not completely fresh and completely new or anything like that, but since it's a new game engine, that means we're going to have more realistic players. But mainly, the main improvement that you maybe didn't know about is the improvements to the crowd. Now, the crowd's going to look a lot more realistic. We saw it briefly in the trailers. There's a few different clips of it. It seems a lot more varied than kind of like the duplicated crowd that we see a lot of that just looks completely computerized in today's game. So it looks a lot more realistic, the crowd around the stadium and that sort of thing, which will add to the feel of the game. That is one thing that certainly I believe will be coming to FIFA 17, judging by the trailer. Moving on, for those of you that are asking about new celebrations in the game, now, there are actually going to be, I believe, at least one new celebration that we know of so far. And if you watch the trailer, you can actually see Martial scoring a goal, and then he runs to his manager, Jose Mourinho, and hugs him. Now, I believe that's going to be a celebration in the game. You can't currently do that on FIFA 16, but I believe that is going to be one of the new celebrations in the game, where you can go and run and hug your manager on the touchline. Now, we expect there to be more than one new celebration. Usually they won't just add one celebration. There'll probably be multiple ones, but we can pretty much confirm that that one will be in the game. Also, something that a lot of the FIFA 17 developers have been talking about is the big changes to set pieces. Now, this is going to be a huge overhaul of the way that we take set pieces. From those people that have been playing the game already, they've been telling us it's a bit more like PES, but also now you can personalise your run-ups a bit more by the sounds of it, and you can better target where you want to position the ball and where you want to place the ball with your shot and that sort of thing. Apparently penalties are going to be completely different. You can change the run-up to your penalty and that sort of thing is what we are hearing. And the main addition to the game, as we all know, is the journey. Now, again, the kind of the facts around the journey are a little bit hectic. I'm going to try and break them down as much as possible. Basically, for those of you who don't know, the journey is a game mode. It's like a story mode. Basically, you play as Alex Hunter, and he isn't customizable. You've got to call him Alex Hunter. He's got to look the way he looks, and you can actually play with him for any Premier League team. That is fine. We're going to have all the Premier League managers in as well in FIFA 17, and that is going to be pretty big, I believe. I'm not too sure I don't know how much of a longevity it's going to have in the game, to be honest. It might get boring after a little while, but basically what's going to happen is I believe you're going to have some sort of player trials before you actually get into the story mode. So I think you have some sort of trials at a club maybe, and then they decide whether to take you on, all that sort of thing. The reason why I reckon that is because in the journey for the trailer, the commentary over the top says something about Alex Hunter was like the best player from the exit trials. So I'm assuming that means there will be some sort of trials in the game. Again, not 100% on that one, but it could be that you have to have a trial with a club before you can sign for them. You also will get an agent by the looks of it as well. You go to the FA headquarters as well. That's shown in the trailer. There's a lot of training ground stuff as well. We see a lot of the training grounds. I think that'll be, again, a big part of it. The fact that you can do training with your team. Also, they're going to be, I would imagine, some changing room bust-ups as well and conflicts on the training ground. I believe that is something that could well be in the game. We see a little hint of it in the Journey trailer where we see one player pushing another in the changing rooms. That could be something that might be developed throughout that story mode. And maybe you can have conflicts with your managers or your team in general, that sort of thing. You can also have post-match interviews. That's a big part of it, but by the looks of it as well. You can decide how you respond, and that sort of response determines your character and whether you're like arrogant and that sort of thing. And we can also get our own apartment. I believe it's just going to be the one apartment, though you don't get a choice, I don't imagine. We see a shot also of Alex Hunter being on a private plane. Now, the private plane is along with the rest of the team, so we can kind of assume that it's probably a pre-season tour thing. Maybe it's a cutscene when you go off on a pre-season tour, or maybe when you go and do a Champions League match or something like that. Obviously, he wouldn't be going to a Champions League match with Man United, but that is what is shown in the trailer. And we have real storylines to shape your career off the pitch as well. They are going to be real storylines implemented, and things that maybe have happened similarly in real life. And one of the quotes from the EA developers is that the actions on the pitch affect life off the pitch. That is the quote that he gave on a live stream for E3, I believe it was. The big things also is that there doesn't seem to be a big change to pro clubs or career mode at the moment. We haven't heard anything about that. It doesn't seem like that is something that will be implemented into this FIFA, but certainly that could be something that they announce as a bit of a surprise that we don't know about. Certainly there won't be any online career mode. I'd be very surprised if that was to be announced. And possible UT modes, Ultimate Team, that might well be, again, another thing. We're unsure of that at the moment. They've not really announced it. They could go and surprise us again like they did with Foot Draft, but right now there's no hint of a new Ultimate Team mode, but there could well be in the future. And the final thing to say is women are still going to be in the game. There will be the female teams in the game. That was confirmed again on another live stream by one of the EA developers for FIFA 17. He said that they are still supported. We don't know how much we can do with the female teams yet, to be honest. It might just be that they're on kick-off still, and they might not have really developed that side of thing this time round. And that pretty much concludes my roundup of everything that we know about FIFA 17 so far. Thank you all for watching. If this has been helpful, then please hit the like button, and also go ahead and subscribe as well if you haven't already. I'll be bringing you some more FIFA 17 content. Also, I do career mode and that sort of thing on FIFA 16 currently, which will then move on to FIFA 17, obviously when it comes out. That is it for the video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.